I'm going to go ahead and make you a new tier because you deserve it. Hello everyone, and welcome to Fortune of Four's most problematic video to date. Today, we will be ranking almost every single ship in D4DJ. This tier chart was made by someone called Starrymon, and it seems like every single ship that you could think of that's somewhat related is included, and so I will be ranking them all. But before we start ranking, I would like to say some things. Alright, so I found this on Twitter of all places, and Twitter is absolutely a cesspool, and I've determined I'm only going to be using that for those D4DJ retweet campaigns and the club contests and stuff. But oh my gosh, I have no interest in using that app anymore. People on there are very weird. But let's focus on the actual topic at hand. So we have 7 different boxes that we can place these ships in. However, I feel like I can edit these. OTP, I'm going to go ahead and make that pink because I like pink. So I would say I'm neutral on this. They're better as just friends. I dislike this ship and I have no opinion. They're low-key redundant. I'm going to take off. I'm neutral on this. Oh my gosh. OTP. I already know what my OTP is, but I don't want to spoil it in case some people don't know, so I'll just keep it. I love this ship. Okay, maybe I can make that red. This is perfect. Alright, so starting from the top. This is a lot. These are a lot of different things, so I might not comment on some of them just to get through this, but I would appreciate if you just stuck through with this, and if you agree with the ships, great, but if you don't, I do not care anymore. Okay, so Rinku and Maho. Honestly, I like this ship. And that is because the first mix anime, Maho really seems to like Rinku, grew to like her, and I thought that was really cute. Next, Rinku and Mooney. Mooney also likes Rinku, which I find interesting. But do I like it though? Or are they better as friends? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with they're better as friends. I just don't think this will work out for her. She needs to move on, I fear. Maho is a better match. Kyoko and Rinku, friends. Come on now. Shinobu and Rinku, friends. What? Saki and Rinku. I do not ship many people with Rinku because Rinku is just so Rinku. But I really just don't get it. Okay, anyways. Maho and Shinobu. What? They really did just put anything in here, huh? Maho and Asura. Maho and Haruna. What? Maho and Veronica. They'll be like, we have short hair. Wait, actually, I gotta be more opinionated. Like, I don't know. How about we do ew? Ew for Maho and Haruna too, because what? And who else? Do we need to ew anybody else? Okay, no. Mooney and Maho. Friends. They're literally in a unit together. So these will also be friends. Wait, actually, I like Ray and Mooney. And that's not because I like Rinku and Maho. Ray and Mooney have good, like, chemistry. And I just think the way they interact is cute. Mooney and Shinobu. Interesting. Aren't they like enemies? Or frenemies? I'll just keep this as they're better as friends. Ugh. I'm putting ew. For Mooney and Kuromi. Ray and Rinku. Honestly, that's not bad. That's not bad. Ray and Maho. Friends. Ray and Saki. That would be interesting. I like that. I don't know, and I haven't seen anything of that, but I think that would be interesting. Ew. Ray and Mew. See, I already said ew. So no. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, basically, I like Kyoko with all of the Peaky girls, but it's not vice versa. So I'll show you. Kyoko and Yuka, yes. Kyoko and Asura, I like. Kyoko and Saki, friends. Kyoko and Ibuki, oh my lord, I didn't even think about that. But, friends. Kyoko and Neo. This one here, huh? People really like get weird about this ship for some reason, but I think they're just better as friends. Shinobu and Kyoko. I like that one, I like that one. Shinobu and Asura, this is what I mean. So I don't think all the girls in Peaky can be shipped together. And I'm gonna have to put this at ew. Ew, Shinobu and Noah is also ew. Ugh, Shinobu, Haruna, ew. Just thinking about it, it's just immediately I'm like, ew. Ew again, they're better as friends. Ew doesn't mean I don't think they're better as friends. I'm just thinking about them in a romantic context and it's just like gross. But they're better as friends is more of a neutral stance. So Yuka and Maho. Friendly. See? No. Ew. Okay. Yes! Oh my god. We got Yuka and Asura. This is one of my favorite ones so far. I love this one. Love it. They're so just... Ugh! They just like get it. You know, if you get it, you get it. Alright, Asura and Rei. This is another one that's like Kyoko and Neo, but you know what? They're better as friends. Asura and Ibuki? What on earth? Just that one. Oh my gosh. Asura and Elsie. I think they'll be better as friends. But, well... Nah, I need more information on that before I make a decision. Oh my gosh. Saki and Maho. I like that one. I do. I read a fan fiction about them and I was like, this is pretty nice. And plus they have a good variety of cards together where they're just acting very interesting. So, I like that one. Saki and Toa. What? No. Ew. Saki and Noah. I like this one too. Noah loves Saki. Okay? And I'm sick of people acting like Noah's love for Saki is weird. It's not. It's fine. Like, just shut up. Okay, anyways. Saki and Lumina. They're better as friends. Ibuki and Rei. Ibuki and Yuka. This is another one, bro. Ah! Oh my god. Oh. Ew, 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 ew. When it's one I like, it's like hard to say why. It's just vibes. Like you have to read the stories and just see how they interact. It's like just perfect. Perfect. Okay, Saki and Ibuki. And friends. Ibuki and Toa, friends. Toa and Rinku. I like that one. I'm thinking about it and I was like, okay, they kind of match each other. They do. And I like that more than the ones at the bottom, obviously. Or the other Rinku ships. Because I feel like they definitely will match each other's vibe. Toa and Haruna. I do not... Okay, look. I do not ship Lyrical Lily with many people. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in ew. 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 Ew! I don't know. Noah and Mooney. I'm going to put that in ew. I don't know how Mooney feels about Noah. Asura and Noah? What the? Just friends, I guess? Noah and Ibuki. And then Noah and Toa. Noah and Toa, huh? Honestly, they're better as friends. I don't get why people ship them. They're like friends who bicker. Not a couple who bickers. Anyways, Noah and Ibuki. Yeah, just friends. Alright, now we got Mermaid and Rondo stuff going on, so it's getting to that point. I think we're moving through this at a good rate. Rika and Marika. Rika, Marika. I think they'll be friends. Rika and Dahlia. Oof. I don't know. This is making my head hurt now. Oh my gosh. It's like when it comes to Mermaid, it's just like I'm on a whole nother plane. So, let me think. Rika and Marika. Honestly, I'm gonna have to move that one up too. I like this ship. Rika and Dahlia, better as friends. Rika and Aoi, better as friends, right? Or should I do ew? Nah, what? Actually, no. Recap. I think I remember this. I actually did a video. No, not a video. It was just like a little slide of me thinking of all the ships with Aoi for some reason. And I was like, you know, the one with Rika isn't that bad. So you know what? I'm going to move it up. Because they kind of like have a introvert, extrovert type of dynamic thing going on. And I think that'll be pretty interesting. So I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. Rika and... Oh, Marika and Saori. And friends. Marika and Tsubaki. Oh my lord. Friends? Marika and Nagisa. That's not... I don't know. I need more info. Marika and Hito. I'm not against that at all. They have similar, like, vibes. Alright, Saori and Rika. Maybe since I'm saying they should be ew, but I don't think it's it kind of is ew, isn't it? Okay, well, let me think. Saori and Rika. I mean, they're literally in a unit together, so fine. They'll be better as friends. Wait, why did I put Saki and Toa as ew? Hold up. Wait, I don't even know why I said that. So I'll just move them back to they're better as friends. Saori and Tsubaki. I don't like when it's those kind of worrying personalities put together. It makes me feel ew. So I put them in ew. Since Saori and Tsubaki kind of have like a worry-wart type of personality, I just don't think this would work out. And it just gives me the ick. Saori and Nagisa. Better as friends. Better as friends. Saori and Aoi. I'm gonna have to put that in ew, I fear. Alright, Dahlia and Marika. I know that one is popular, but honestly, it's mid. Like, come on. I think it's time those guys admit that it's mid. Saori and Dahlia. Ew. I'm not gonna elaborate. Just know that it's ew. By the way, these are not my opinions. They're my facts. So, Dahlia and Tsubaki. Friends. I mean, you could be like, Dahlia and Saori are literally in a unit together. Okay. I mean, they are better as friends. But thinking about them in the romantic context is ew. But, well, I could say that about Saori and Rika too, huh? So should I move them to ew, or should I put them at this better as friends? Ew. Maybe we can come back to that. Can you move them back down? Oh, you can. Okay. I'll come back to that later. Okay, now Dahlia and Aoi. Oh yeah, this is another one that I was like, they would be interesting together. So I like that one. Tsubaki and Rika. Come on now. They're better as friends. They would not date. They just wouldn't. Tsubaki and Nagisa. Friends. I think that's what it is. Maybe if I don't have a negative opinion about the dynamic, then it can go in they're better as friends. But if I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, ugh, then it should go in ew. I think that makes sense. Okay, Tsubaki and Hito. Tsubaki and Hito. Tsubaki and Hito. Friends. Nagisa and Rika, bro, that would be a great reality TV show. So I'm putting that, and I like this. Nagisa and Dahlia. Oh my gosh. You don't get the vision. Can you move up? I have to zoom out so I get more space. But I'm telling you, wait, hold up. I'm gonna move it here. And I'm gonna move it there. And you are not gonna know why. I'm telling you, they may have limited interactions, but when you think about it, well, would they date though? Oh, I'm trying to think. Nah. I remember when I used to really like this one, so I'm keeping it right there. So Nagisa and Hito, obviously that's a popular one, but I actually really love that one. And then we're back at mermaid ships. They came back. Saori and Dahlia. I don't know. Okay, I kind of gave their better as friends with Saori and Nagisa. Do I even ship Saori with anyone? This is crazy. I don't know. I low-key don't be shipping her. She just seems like she's got a lot going on. Like, she doesn't have time for that kind of stuff, you know? So, I'll just put that they're better as friends. Hito and Rika. Whoa there. I'ma put better as friends. Hito and Saori. Wait a damn minute. Okay, wait a minute. Wait, this is kind of cooking. Wait a minute, because I feel like Hito would be very comforting to Saori, and her personality would make Saori feel very like safe and secure, more secure. So I think Hito would actually be a pretty good partner with Saori. Wait a minute, not me over here discovering things that I never thought about before. I like that one. Hito and Dahlia. Oh my gosh. I also like that one. Are you moving with me? Come on now. I like that. Alrighty, y'all. We got like half of these on the board and half of these down there. So let's just continue moving through these, and you should be playing along in the comments as well, I suppose. So now we have Marika and Aoi, and I'm gonna put that as friends. Oh my god! It's Aoi and Tsuaki. The pining. It's the pining for me. Why won't they just make them canon already? I don't love it, but I do like it. Because, like, just make them canon already, you know? Aoi and Nagisa. People really try. People do try. People on the internet try to ship them. I just don't see it. Well, maybe I need more information, but as of right now, I'm gonna have to put them better as friends. Hiro and Aoi. I like that one. Hiro is just so, like, perfect girlfriend material, you know? She's just it. Miyu and Rinku. I can't believe we're at this Lyrical Lily section. Ugh. I'm gonna just have to put they're better as friends, because they obviously are. Miyu and Saki? What the? I'm putting you. Miyu and Kurumi. Friends. Miyu and Miko. Friends. Haruna and Rinku. Ew. Haruna and Rei? Better as friends. Haruna and Miyu. That one's popular, but they're just better as friends to me. Haruna and Kurumi. You know what? I like this one more because it's so like, what's the word? Like the annoyed one and the he one. Like, it's just a cute dynamic. Yes, there we go. Kurumi and Rinku. Friends. Kurumi and Noah. Oh my god. Does anybody else just see like the Lyrical Lilies as kids? Like, I can't help it, but I'm trying to remember they're the same age. Okay, Kurumi and Miko. I don't really know that much about them, but I'm just gonna put their better as friends because I don't know much. Okay, Kurumi and Michiru. What? Miko and Rinku. Wow. I mean, you know, nothing crazy. Miko and Mooney. Friends? Miko and Asura. Friends. Miko and Haruna. Friends. Alright, now we're at the important part. This is the highlight of this video. We have reached Call of Artemis, and it's time for me to bestow on you the tea. So first and foremost, we have Irie and Shano. And when I tell you, people have been trying to push this since the beginning, just because they sang War Tonight together. And I'm here to tell you right now, that don't mean nothing. Irie and Shano are happily just friends. And that's tea. Now, Irie and Mana are also just friends. Toka and Shano are also just friends. Just because they had their subunits together does not make them a couple. It just doesn't. So now we're on the important stuff. Oh, let me go ahead and put Toka and Mana as just friends. Just because they weren't on the stage in the War Tonight era. Now, that leaves us with Mana and Shano and Irie and Toka. Now, let me tell you why Irie and Toka is going to I love this ship. You may think, oh, they don't talk that much, and that's because you don't read the stories. I read the stories, and the stories tell all. And when you see how they talk to each other, especially in their cards where they are featured with each other, you just can see, like, it's just, it's like Irie is such like a caring, like down-to-earth person, and then Toka is kind of like open to these things, and she's not like a talkative person, but she's definitely not judging Irie, and Irie wouldn't judge Toka either. They would be a great couple. And now let's get on to the OTP of this video, Mana and Shano. Look, even I at one point thought Irie and Shano is the best. No, it's not. And they are just great as friends. But Mana and Shano are the couple. And I'm gonna tell you why. Mana literally randomly mentioned Shano in her one-liners that you see when you open the game and you tap on her. She just casually just dropping Shano out there. And Shano be doing the same about Mana. Don't be thinking I ignored that. I was noticing, I was like, why are they talking about each other so much? And then you read the stories, and then you just see how much Mana actually understands Shano. It's just, I'm literally choking because it's so true. Shano needs someone like Mana. Shano is a workaholic. Mana is a fun-loving, carefree woman. And she's extroverted. Someone like that is always going to be keeping someone like Shano on her toes. And that is exactly why they are my OTP. And they are the OTP. The one true pairing. Everybody else is just child's play. These are all just better as friends. I will probably make a better breaking down video on it one day. But I'm telling you now, these two, you just have to read the stories and you will see. Now, let's move forward. Michiru and Rinku. Friends. Michiru and Shinobu. Friends. Now, this is sick. This is some sick shit right here. How are you gonna ship Hayate or Kokoa with anyone other than themselves? Like, you are actually sick. So, let's just go ahead and put them all as friends. Oh, wait. Michiru and Hayate are great friends, actually. They're really good friends. Okay, Lumina and Michiru. I love this ship so much. You don't get it. It's hard to explain, but just understand. I love it. Okay, Lumina and Hayate friends. Come on now. What friends? Lumina and Sophia friends. Kokoa and Michiru friends. Well, they're actually low-key enemies, but I'll just put friends. Okay, Kokoa and Lumina friends. Come on now. Kokoa and Hayate. Perfection. They are so cute. So cute. Hayate and Veronica. Get out of here. Friends. I'm putting ew. Because what? Okay, Noah. Neo. Oh my gosh. I just made a ship name. Ew. Neo and Rinku. Dude, what? I don't even think Neo would want to be friends with Rinku. So I'm putting ew. Okay. Neo and Maho. Friends? Oh yeah. Neo and Sophia. Baby. Yes. The devotion. I'm just gonna say the devotion. And if you understand, you understand. The devotion. Neo and Veronica. Ew. Sophia and Kyoko. What? Are these just like getting any characters that have talked once and then they're like, there's a ship out of this? No ma'am. Ew. Sophia and Michiru. What crack do you have to be smoking to ship that? Get out of here! Like, stop shipping people with anyone other than Sophia. Because she doesn't like them! Oh my gosh! Okay, well, Elsie and Sophia, I'm putting ew because it doesn't even seem like... Have they gotten friendly? I haven't been able to tell. Neo and Veronica, better as friends. Alright, Elsie and Miyu. Whoa. Friends? Elsie and Michiru? That's interesting. But friends. Elsie and Neo. Friends, I don't know why. Bruh. Elsie also likes Neo, but I don't think she likes her like that. Sophia's on another level. Like, you just can't match that kind of freak, bro. Alright. Hey, we got Elsie and Veronica. I like that one. I like that one. I like it. Let's think. They're just, this is a good, like, bickering. As opposed to Noah and Toa. Veronica and Elsie is like, they're couples bickering. These are friends bickering. Come on now. Don't play me. Veronica and Yuka, friends. Veronica and Ibuki. I don't even think they would talk, but I guess friends. Veronica and Noah. Jesus Christ. Ew. Okay, Veronica and Haruna. What? Okay, I guess friends. Amy? Yes, Amy and Rinku. Amy and Rinku. I guess friends. Amy and Belle. Friends. Amy and Shika. Friends. We got Belle and Asura, and then Belle and Elsie. Honestly, I'm putting both of those at like, because we love some girls who love money. And you know what? What if there's like a crazy ass fan fiction out there that I don't know if it exists or not, where Belle just fucking robs them both? I mean, that would be iconic as hell. Or it actually happens in the story. That would also be iconic as hell. So I'm putting I like that, because that's interesting. That's interesting. Belle and Date-chan. You know. Okay, Shika and Kyoko. Shika's like a fangirl. Shika's a fangirl, not in the same way as Neo. Or Sophia, you know, because Sophia actually got into the unit from being a hardcore fangirl. But Shika's in her own unit. But do they have to be in the same unit to be a good ship, though? You know? I don't know. I need more information, but as of right now, I'm putting them as friends. Shika and Belle. Friends. Shika and Date-chan. I'm gonna put I like that. Yeah, I like that. I just like that thinking about it. It's like, alright, that's not that bad. And then Date-chan and Hayate, y'all are sick. Get out of here. Okay, Date-chan and Veronica. Good lord. Okay. I guess I just put friends. Date-chan and Amy. Friends. Alright, so basically all of this down here is what I'm assuming is supposed to be polyamorous. Or they're all shipped together. And I'm going to go ahead and make you a new tier. Because you deserve it. Alright, perfect. Now, we got everybody pretty much set. And so now we have some friends that are going to join our absolutely fuck no tier. So, boom, boom, boom. Just go in there. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. What the hell is this? Rinku, Mooney, Kyoko, and Shinobu. Yo, ew. Just go in there. Just everybody go inside. This is disgusting. Anyways, so this is my completed tier list now. Absolute fuck no is all of those, like, multi people. Ew. Like, this is not a safe space for that, by the way. Absolutely fuck no. That's exactly why it's called that. Alright, so we have the best ship in the world, Mana and Shano at the top. I love this ship. Yuka and Asura, Ibuki and Yuka, Nagisa and Dahlia, Nagisa and Hiro, Toka and Airi, Lumina and Michiru, Hayate and Kokoa, and Neo and Sophia. And then there are so many more at the bottom that I can't read them all, but you can take a look, and maybe I'll post this on my community after a few days this video goes up. and y'all can participate and do this chart yourself. And if you have something to say about any of my comments, feel free, and I am in an arguing mood, so I will try to argue with you back. I hope you all thought this was entertaining in some regard, and even if you felt butthurt at one point, let it all out, you know. This is a fun argumentative space. I hope you all have a great one, and Fortune of 4 out.